Um, we've now dealt with multiple investors in multiple companies at multiple levels. Uh, there are a couple of mantras, not all, which I think I can advise you or suggest you. These main, and our mentors have advised us. We've not followed all, and in the ones we have not followed, we've actually had a lot of mistake done. So I can say try and follow as much as you can. Not these, but a lot of other ones also, which you get to hear from other experienced people. Couple of stuff. Never go behind value. And I can tell you these are mistakes that we have done, very expensive mistakes that we have done, and you're getting it in a very short form. So never go behind value. Your company valuation depends. The valuations are like what will be the business value 3, 4, 5 years hence, right? It's never your present value, because of course you want to get the investment in what the value will be like 3, 4 years hence. But if you are comparing apples, one apple or one investor gives you larger value, much larger value than the other one, but at the same point of time, the value, the mentorship, that the one which is not bringing value on the table is much higher. The value there is much higher of the softer things in life, subjective things in life. I would say go with that. So trust me, an investor is like a co-founder, or investor is as much as close to like choosing your wife, because you've actually spent most of your daytime in office, and bad investors can make your life hell. So go look at softer things in life. Investors have this habit of asking you many questions. Great, and they have to, because they have to put money in your business. But at the same point of time, you have all the right to ask questions from investors for choosing the right firm. Another advice: talk to not one or two, but about 5 or 10 or any amount of companies in this range before you choose an investor. The company, so the talk to previous these are like reference checks. I think we've not done in most of our investments. In hindsight, I think one should do a lot of reference check. They do a reference check on entrepreneurs. You should do reference checks on investors. Third, be sure who comes and sits on your board. It is not about the investing company, but it is about the person who is investing into your company. So let's say if company XYZ is an investor in your company, and they of course have like 2, 3 founding partners or maybe more founding partners, you should know that if they invest, who will come onto your board. And also my urge is to do reference check of that particular person, because again, that is the person who can steer your company in different directions. I can tell you, we got an investing a company, a venture capital firm into our company when we didn't need funds, because of the person who they would have put on our board. Because no one's right and no one's wrong. It is really important that are there people who can share their experiences and help you steer in the right direction. Focus on a lot of terms, not just value. When you're choosing the right VC firm or right investor, I would say if you don't know a lot of legal terms, which of course at a young age or a young first time entrepreneur no one knows, hire a good lawyer. Invest in hiring a good lawyer. Don't just hire any lawyer. In fact, good lawyers are expensive, but that amount just get paid when the things are not good. So hire a good lawyer when you are negotiating terms. Of course, I mentioned that in my first point about valuation, but this point I'm trying to make is never stress your negotiation on valuations. Stress your negotiation on the terms that you are getting from the investor, because millions here and there can go wrong if he would have given you higher valuation, but some term he would have slipped in the contract which you didn't even think about, and could have become and could become very dangerous to you in times. Protect yourself, protect your entrepreneurship. Never put yourself above the business, but protect your entrepreneurship. At times, investing firms, to protect their own money, can actually go and choose what is good for their money more than choose what is good for business in some case, or entrepreneur in some case. I would say be very stringent on the kind of terms that they give to you as an entrepreneur, because finally your company, your passion, and you would not want to get into a position where you are being outcasted from your own company at some point of time. One of the reference check that you should most important do and find is that how good has that investor been in bad times of companies. In good times, all investors are good, but in bad times, there are very few investors who are good, and it's not always that good times remain. So do reference checks in terms of how a VC firm or the person who's sitting on your board has reacted when times were bad for a company. Honestly, these are few important ones that came to my mind when you're choosing an investor. At your stage, it could be a seed investor, or at later stage, it could be VC. But mind you, softer things are more important than money. Bad money can make your life hell, or your company can just die down because of bad money. So be very, very careful on this aspect.